turn, 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom, William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet, off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight with Motor City Racing, and we're at COTA in the booth. With me here, Christian Taylor. Christian, how you like this place?
Circuit of the Americas is one of the best road course racetracks in North America, Blake. It's one of my favorite to race over on the NASCAR side of things, and I'm excited to watch the race here tonight on this 3.426 mile circuit. Now, 20 total turns.
Yeah, you know, 20 total turns, like you said. Now, I was going to ask, is this the same layout they're running in NASCAR? Which, I mean, I know they change the layout. It seems like every week there with NASCAR.
No, it is not. So let's just watch Braden Carlson go around here. He's heading down the front stretch right now. And he's going to be completely ruining my skid parking it. But nonetheless.
Well, we tried, folks.
NASCAR has a shorter version of the track, which is practically cutting off the entire, let's call it the key right there, where you see JC going around the mini map. They turn left right there. They take out all these S's and make it a much shorter version, and honestly just ruin the entire track that way.
Yeah, you know, I would probably agree with you there. I feel like NASCAR shouldn't even be going if they're going to be running basically none of the track. And boy, look at this paint scheme. Is that lighting up on the wing? Never seen anything like that.
That is a nice looking paint scheme there from Jimmy Carroll, currently your pole sitter. And probably, we can go ahead and lock that one in, Blake, because he's the only car on the track and qualifying time is over.
Absolutely. So it's official, folks. Quick time. Jimmy Carroll, top of the board, a 1:57.5. He's going to kick off from the pole position here tonight with Motor City Racing. Christian, we've got 4 classes here tonight. Looks like Jimmy Carroll's going to kick off out front in the GTPs. LMP2s is going to be Casey Catola, GTD Pros, Alex Lalonde, and then in the GTDs, Caleb Ulrymau. No surprises in any of the classes here tonight, in my opinion.
Most of the racing is going to come from the GTP class with Jimmy Carroll versus Christopher Damclear, of course. And Christopher Damclear will be the one that I will almost guarantee you he will stay second place throughout most of the race. But when the time comes right, he will strike, take the lead, and win this race.
So you're picking Christopher Damclear in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV GTP car is what I'm hearing, right?
That I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Sign, seal, deliver, throw away the key. Christopher Damclear is going to win here at Circuit of the Americas.
Well, there you have it. You heard it here, folks. Christian Taylor, I think he's wrong. I think Jimmy Carroll's going to lock it in here tonight. I'm picking against my own driver. But, folks, it is time to round them up and show your Hutchinson Motorsports TV grid with Motor City Racing here at COTA. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Motor City Racing here at Circuit of the Americas. We are here in America in good old Texas. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Kicking off with the GTPs in the front row, it's going to be Jimmy Carroll on the inside, Christopher Damclear on the outside. Row number 2 on the inside, going to be Braden Carlson on the outside, Julian Padilla. Heading into row 3, Nate Venaro. It's going to round out your GTP class.
Moving back to your LMP2 class, going to be 3 rows of action here tonight. Casey Catola on that first row with Richard Danowski on his outside. Moving on back to row number 2, you find Sean Akins with Drake Garrison to his outside. And then rounding out your last 2, there's going to be Jesse Francisco and Stephen Ushak.
Jumping into the GTD Pros in the pole position all the way from Canada in the 72 machine, Alex Lalonde. On his outside, going to be the in the 23 of Jeffrey Davis. And combined with your GTD Pros, your GTD class, you got Caleb Ulrymau going to the next row, Michael Hickman, LaShawn Dilworth, Young Dilworth, whatever you want to call it. Then we have Arthur Ramirez, Steve Tucker, Dennis Daniel, Matthew Elridge, Drew Leonard, Richard Falco, and then we have Matt Marino and Caden Parks Miller. Then Tyler Mantle rounding out the field. How you feeling about getting going here tonight, Christian?
Well, I'm noticing Caden Parks Miller gritting late, starting in the back again. I don't know if he just likes the challenge or what's going on there. I also notice that Caleb Olamau starting third place overall in the GTD class. Might be time for a promotion, Blake.
Yeah, you know, I think he's been kind of sandbagging this year, picking off some easy wins in that GTD class, and I think he was just busted, Christian. He qualified third out of all of your GT3s.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make for an interesting race. Can he win the GTD Pro from GTD?
Definitely going to be interesting as these guys take the long pace lap around. This might take a while here, Christian. We got plenty of time. What kind of other facts do you have about this track here at Circuit of the Americas?
Well, I will say that they started on the backstretch, but nonetheless, Circuit of the Americas was the first facility in the United States specifically built for Formula One. Its design is the greatest hit compilation of the world's best circuits. So each turn in this circuit here is inspired by something else throughout the world. For example, turns 3 through 6 mimic the high speed, they call them the Maggots and Beckett's section of Silverstone. And I could go through the list, Blake, but yeah, there's a lot of them that just mimic other world tracks.
Oh, sorry, Christian. I kind of fell asleep there while you were talking, but hopefully I didn't miss anything important.
Well, you know, you asked, Blake.
But the pace car is in. Christian, you're about to take a screen, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GTPs round the final turn, head to the start-finish line through the Juicy Spider start zone. Wait for it, and we're going to go. Green flag is out here in the Motor City Racing League here at Circuit of the Americas.
As they head into turn 1, your LMP2s take the green flag down the front stretch. Casey Catola, your front runner.
And of course, here comes all of the GTD class cars led by Jeffrey Davis heading down into turn 1. We're going to leave it right here onto GT3s as they head on into turn 1 here. And looks like they make it all way through. Looked like you got a turn there.
It's a hornet's nest there. That is one sharp corner there, Christian. I don't know, angles real well, but that's got to be close to about a 100-degree turn.
We're going to find out the angle on that.
I'm going to guess it's 125 degrees, but I'm just flat out guessing. But we're looking at Jimmy Carroll, your overall race leader in the GTP class. He is hooked up, and he's flying here tonight in that number 3 machine.
So they call that turn Big Red. Of course, that was turn 1 we're talking about here. It is definitely more than 90 degrees. It's closer to 100 to 110 degrees. I don't see a specific measurement on board, but it was drivers climb approximately 133 feet heading to that from the start-finish line.
Now, let's drop back all the way here, Christian. How about this? Caden Parks Miller finds himself all the way back here. I think he might have started in the pits.
You know, I thought I saw that. I didn't say it during the grid, but I thought I saw he wasn't gridding up, and that was definitely the case. Caden Parks Miller out for a Sunday drive here tonight. He's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Again, starting dead last out of the pit, so he's already 12 seconds back. And again, I mean, Alex Lalani's no slouch, so I don't think he's going to be able to run down Alex Lalani and pass him unless he's involved in an incident, which is definitely possible. And it looks like Christopher Dampclear is taking over the race lead here already, Christian.
Definitely early for that. I have a feeling he will eventually yield it back. Something may have happened here.
Hang on, no, my vent box is jumping around.
Contact.
Trying to find the battle for the race lead. Here it is. He just pulls over for him. Oh, he just goes off track there, it looked like. So a mistake there early on from Jimmy Carroll. Still a long way to go in this one, but thankfully, nothing hurt.
Minute number 2.5, moving on into an hour here with Motor City Racing League. Camera is focused now on Casey Catola, winner last week and leader right now in the LMP2 class.
And we're on board on the Hutchinson Motorsports TV front suspension cam with your LMP2 class leader, Casey Cotola. And rumor has it, Christian, he's basically locked up the points championship for the LMP2s as far as I know.
It's pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered, especially with a good run here tonight. Another hard left-hand turn here. Also more than 90 degrees there. One that you really have to be careful not to break that car loose up after, especially when you're setting yourself up for the long straightaway that comes thereafter.
As we're on board here with Alex Lalani, that Ford Mustang engine is roaring as he's ahead of Jeffrey Davis in the GTD Pro Class Lead.
We'll say it is a Ford. I'm surprised it's not breaking or sounding like it's got a rod knock on it, but nonetheless, he is fast here tonight.
Look at this, Christian. I haven't seen this guy up front in months.
Wow, is that Steve Tucker leading class?
Absolutely. Steve Tucker out front leading the GTD class. Caleb Ulrich-Mao must have had some issues. I'm trying to dig through my logs as Christian's going to take us around. Let's see if I can find what happened.
Well, we have side-by-side right here. Battle, Steve Tucker.
Here it is,
getting
Christian.
passed by, I believe, somebody out of class there.
Oh, no.
Oh, he just loses it.
Yep, there you have it, folks. They go in side by side, and he just sends it in a little hard. But, man, look at this paint scheme, though, Christian. What do you think of this?
Now, this must be the one you were talking about last week when we couldn't see it in the dark. That is absolutely beautiful. With 10 years of Harpoon design, iRacing design paints, starting at just $25, Blake. Look at that car as the Juicy Spider drone is about to start flying on around.
Oh, no. Christian, I don't have connection to the drone. Flying around is Drunken Spider. That's Mike Morgan out here. Hopefully he's not too drunk to fly this drone around as he's going around Steve Tucker, your GTD class leader.
Look at that car, man. That is one beautiful car. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot deny how beautiful that car is. Heading through the S action shot here.
Wow.
One of the best tracks in America.
Drunken Spider killing it on the drone here tonight. We're going to drop back here, switch over to our normal cameras as Drunken Spider's going to park that drone, get it some charge for later on as Steve Tucker continues to lead the GTD class.
Now, I promise you what I'm about to say would be disagreed with by every driver on this circuit right now, but this is one of the best tracks in the world, Blake.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Christian.
Road course.
Okay, well, maybe so. It's definitely up there in American road courses. I'll give you that.
Oh.
How about Drake Garrison, though, Christian? Look at him. He's putting on a good race here tonight in the third position in the LMP2 class. Let's hop on board.
On board here, Drake Garrison, the lawyer, making his way around this hard, long, sweeping right-hander there.
Closest battle on the track right here, though. We got a group of GTDs bunched up. Arthur Ramirez trying to reel these guys back in. Look at these shots around the track here. Christian, Hutchinson Motorsports TV cutting no corners here tonight at COTA as Ramirez looking to put some work in on Dennis Daniel in a battle for the fourth position in the GTD class.
Here they go around that hard right-hand turn corner there. Like I was about to say, in a stock car, you are fiddling the throttle the entire way through there, trying to get as much power as you can down without looping it all around.
Christian, you know what my favorite corner is here? Especially in the NASCAR races. Turn one. I love watching this. These guys basically parking it and then just getting ran over going in the corner.
Well, it's happened to me before, Blake, on one of your broadcasts, if you remember.
Absolutely. Look at this sharp corner right here. Like Christian said, it's about 110 degrees or so as he takes a hard left. Ramirez is going to try to shoot it outside, get a run coming out.
Not really how that works very well there. If you don't set yourself up, nail the apex, you're going to be slow all the way through the S's, Blake.
The last lap around, looks like our two race leaders just put down the fastest laps of the session. Jimmy Carroll actually just a little bit faster than your GTP class leader of Christopher Damclear. Looks like he was about 1/10 faster, which around this long track, that's basically nothing.
Yeah, I will say, though, history has shown, and you got to agree that Christopher Damclear, not always the fastest at the beginning of the race, picks it up as the race goes on. Am I right, Blake?
That is definitely true. He's in that bad, fast Hutchinson Motorsports TV GTP. Let's fly around and take a look at this thing again. I love looking at it every single week.
They run your setups, right, Blake? So you're great at the endurance setups. You don't set it up to be fast at the beginning. You set it up to be fast when it matters, right?
Absolutely. You know, these guys are calling me all week, Christian. I mean, you've been with me when my phone's ringing nonstop. Christopher Damclear, Sean Akins, they're always just bugging me, trying to get some tips. And, you know, I usually just do the setups myself. I don't really involve them very much.
Yeah, I know you. A lot of times you don't even let them see the cars until it's time for practice, right?
That's the plan usually, but damn clear looking good. You know, you mentioned early on you thought he'd just hang back and maybe give up the race lead, but he's holding off Jimmy Carroll here at the early stages of this race. Closest battle on the track right here, though, Christian. What do you see him?
Tyler Mantle trying to get around. Let's see young Dilworth. Excuse me, I can't even talk tonight, which of course is most nights. Doesn't look like he's got much of a run there.
Yeah, it looks like it's Canada versus Jamaica here. Young Dilworth is labeled as a Jamaican. You know, I mean, people can pick their own flag here on iRacing. So, I mean, is that true? I don't know. But nonetheless, that's what the flags say.
It's more believable when you have like Jamaica or, you know, Canada than it is when somebody has a flag that you've never even seen in your life.
Absolutely. You know, I didn't really like that when iRacing made that. You can just pick your own flag. You know, they took away your state clubs and all that. We're on board with Tyler Mantle. He's got that bad, fast Ford Mustang, and this engine is roaring. It's not blown up yet, Christian.
That's right. I can't contest that Tyler Mantle is, in fact, Canadian, and I did see on the back of young Dilworth's car there behind him that he does fly the Jamaican flag on his spoiler, so not the case of pick your own iRacing flag here. This is true descent.
Absolutely. This is still the closest battle on the track. We're going to keep our eyes out as we look around, see what else is going on. Nothing's really changed out front. It's still Casey Cotola out front in your LMP2 class. And folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the description. We got some information in there. You can join our Discord. And Christian, I heard we've got an event coming up, isn't it? Actually, we have 2 events coming up this week. Is that true?
Definitely so. We have the Harpoon Design 500 on Friday, Blake.
Absolutely. Harpoon Design 500, folks. Can you believe it? A $5 entry can get you entered to win over $150 worth of prizes. So you're not going to want to miss that, folks. If you want to sign up, join our Discord today. And we also have another event coming up this Wednesday. It's kind of went under the radar. It kind of happened last minute. But we've got confirmation this weekend, actually, that on Wednesday we're going to have the Jason Dalton Memorial 102. We're going to be in the late model stocks at Martinsville. 102 laps.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, that was GLSR's own driver, Jason Dalton, tragically lost his life unexpectedly. That one day the drivers were just, you know, having a good old time with their buddies, running laps at the Daytona 24, and a couple of days later they got the call. Jason Dalton, unfortunately and tragically, passed away. But we're going to honor his life with doing what he loves, which is iRacing.
Absolutely. And folks, if you're interested in joining that race, again, join our Discord. I'm not sure the details on signing up. I don't know if it's more of a league thing for GLSR, but if you want to run, I'm sure they are welcome to allow some other racers go in. So again, we're going to be in the late model stocks at Martinsville, 102 laps, no entry fee, no money on the line as far as I know, just some fun racing to honor a great human being from the GLSR League.
Number 2, forever.
As we look through the field here, Christian, you know, I'm speaking of number 2, Jimmy Carroll, still in that second spot, but sees that race leader of Christopher Damclear right out his front windshield.
Did you see the closing rate around turn 1 that Jimmy Carroll had? He nailed that turn, not so much the exit, though, as you see Christopher Damclear through the S's, gonna slightly pull away from him. These S's very technical. You gotta hit your marks.
Absolutely, and this is obviously your closest battle on the track for a race lead in the classes, because right now you got COTA out front by almost 4 seconds in the LMP2s, Lalonde out front by about 8 seconds in the pros, and then Steve Tucker out front only about 7/10 of a second in your GTD classes. Caleb Ulrich-Mao, after early spinning, has reeled back in your race leader, and it looks like he's going to find a way around him most likely.
We are about to go class lead racing right here. Caleb Ulrich-Mao has Steve Tucker on the radar. Gonna see, as long as he stays clean. I mean, with the lap times he's been running, Steve Tucker's not gonna have too much of a chance here early on.
My guess is Steve knows that too, so I don't think you're going to see too hard of a battle. You know, Steve's not going to pull over for him, but he's definitely not going to be throwing blocks, because there's still a long way to go here tonight with Motor City Racing, IMSA style action here at Circuit of the Americas.
You say he's not going to throw a block, but sometimes you know Steve wakes up and chooses violence, right, Blake?
Yeah, he definitely does, but usually I think it's more in the NASCAR side of things, because I think he realizes he's more of a NASCAR guy, even though he does have some talent in these GT3 cars. I think he knows Caleb Ulrich-Mao probably has the speed to beat him, but we're going to find out how this plays out as Ulrich-Mao continues to try to find a way around that Harpoon design Mercedes-Benz.
He has caught him right there on the exit of the EST here as we make another hard left-hand turn, followed by one more slight turn as we head to a hard braking zone. This is a chance for Caleb Ulrich-Mao to get under the inside, take a pass. He peaks, doesn't make it, has to lock it up. He almost slams into the back of Tucker there.
I think there was a little bit of bump action there. I think Ulrich-Mao did get into the back of Tucker just slightly, but thankfully he's able to keep it rolling. He's still got a shot at getting around him. But Christian, let's look through the field here and look at this guy as he's caught his competitors.
Wow, this is just impressive, Blake. Like, there's being fast, and then there's, you know, Caden Parks-Miller. Yeah, I mean, he did this for fun. I'm going to have to ask him after if he wins, but he's got a long way to go, but just the closing rate's there.
It's definitely possible. You know, Caden Parks-Miller, he's always a front runner every single week. He's honestly, he might be the most talented driver in the field. So we're going to find out if he can get that thing up front. And again, check him out, Drive Trainer Motorsport. If you need some help, he definitely gives some lessons. I actually think he started doing lessons because I kind of joked that he should, and he ended up doing it. And I think he's helping out a lot of want-to-be fast racers.
Yeah, it's just impressive work here. I mean, it kind of goes back to, you know, when Kyle Larson said he wanted to race the Xfinity races to embarrass the field, but yet did it in a cheated up race car.
And he didn't win most of the time he raced either, which is kind of more embarrassing.
This is what Caden Parks-Miller could do is truly embarrassing sometimes.
Absolutely. He's trying to embarrass the racer by starting in the pits, but I mean, he's still got his work ahead of him, Christian. He's got to find a way around LaShawn Young-Dilworth for fifth, and then he's got about a 13-second gap to try to get to fourth. So nothing's in the bag for Parks-Miller, but he's going to continue his battles. We're still watching this battle for the GTD class lead. Steve Tucker continues to hold off Caleb Ulrich-Mao.
All over the back bumper there we saw from the Harpoon Design chopper cam. Gonna try one more time in this turn here to set up a pass. Watch him peek to the inside. Not gonna do it just yet. Has too big of a gap right here. Not gonna be able to catch him through the braking zone. He is fast through those S's. Almost takes him again, it looks like, in the bumper.
And it's just so tricky to try to find a spot to pass. And, you know, a smart thing for Ulrich-Mao to do, maybe he's just kind of waiting on some faster traffic to come up. Maybe an LMP2 or a GTP car comes up to get around Tucker, and maybe Caleb can dive into the inside and follow him.
Might be the case. I will say it's easier the other way around if Steve Tucker caught traffic, but being in the GT3, it's unlikely.
But here we go as he's on board. It looks like he loses a little momentum there mid-corner, but Tucker's going to get through the Hutchinson Motorsports TVS is here down the backstretch.
Good exit there for Caleb. Trying to set up something here, going through the sweeping carousel, we'll call it. Needs to get to the left side of him here as the setting up for the turn, this hard left-hand turn here. Gonna do it on the outside, has to save the car again. Headed to the final turn. Does he make a move? Heading down the front stretch. Not yet.
Boy, Tucker's doing a great job at defending again. I mean, all clean blocks, and it looks like Ulrich Mao is going to make the pass right here, potentially. No, he's not.
Side by side down the front stretch. Getting close, getting close. Are they going to door each other? Steve Tucker hits the brakes early.
Oh, no, look out. Oh.
They are beating and banging, side slapping doors, middle fingers out the window. Caleb Ulrich Mao.
Oh, no.
It's going to get turned.
What a save.
And saves it.
Boy, Steve Tucker racing as hard as he can. You know, I don't know who was at fault of that incident. What did you think, Christian, seeing that live?
I don't think it's over yet. There goes Steve Tucker up to the inside. Caleb Ulrich Mao has the advantage in this turn. Through the S's, an impressive battle.
What a battle here between Caleb Ulrich Mao in second, Steve Tucker in first. Battle for the GTD class lead here at Circuit of the Americas.
Steve Tucker has the boxing gloves on, and so does Caleb Ulrich Mao. Neither one of them want to give an inch. Neither one of them want to give up.
My, oh my. You know, I don't really know. To me, it kind of looked like Ulrich Mao might have came down on turn in front of Steve Tucker when they got together that first time. But again, you know, we don't really have time to go back to the replay because these two continue to battle.
And that's the only battle on the track. They're the only people within a second of each other right now. So we're going to stay hot on this battle because I have a feeling that that kind of action's not over with, Blake.
I would have to agree with you as Ulrich Mao's going back to work on the back bumper. I know the second I leave, there's going to be a big move we're going to miss. So we're going to stay tuned right here live as Ulrich Mao is definitely a little bit faster than Tucker, just struggling to find a spot around the track to pass him.
And Steve Tucker, you know, may see that he's faster, but he's not going to give an inch.
Well, he doesn't care, Christian, and I don't blame him. You know, we're not out here to pull over for one another. I mean, you're racing. I mean, Steve hasn't done anything dirty, so he's just hard racing, trying to hold on to that class lead.
This is where Caleb Ulrich Mao was able to get the edge on the exit of this turn here. He's going to have the speed again.
Tucker smartly defends the inside line there. Yeah, he is not going to let Ulrich Mao to the inside because he knows as he gets to the corner here on the inside, you're going to hold on to the race lead. Try to cross him over here. Does it work?
And he does. Side by side again, briefly. Is he able to hold on? Does he start the S's? No, not quite yet. Falls in behind Tucker again. Man, oh, man.
Well, you have to be getting frustrated if you're Ulrich Mao. Again, nothing that Tucker's done wrong, but when you know you're faster than somebody and just cannot find a way around them, you just start to get frustrated. And that's probably what Caleb is experiencing right now.
This has been some great racing in this battle. Caleb Ulrich Mao all over the bumper again of Steve Tucker, who is not making it easy on him.
Look around, and it looks like Christopher Damclear is taking has held off Jimmy Carroll, in the GTP class lead still, so he's out front by about a second. Casey COTA continues to lead the LMP2s about 5 seconds, and right now Alex Lalonde out front, Christian, by almost 16 seconds in the GTD Pros.
Yeah, it's relatively insane here as we finally have some traffic passing the battle for the GTD class lead here. Caleb Ulrich Mao looking to the inside. It's not going to affect the battle at all.
What can Caleb do to find a way around Tucker? Again, it seems like he's just a little bit faster around the whole track, just not fast enough to get the job done.
See what he's got around this turn here. Another slow-paced turn.
Doesn't look like a very good
Setting
exit
it up for the
for him
carousel
there. So Tucker's going to hold on for now. So right now, it's about 0.2 of a second separate these two, but that's going up and down into every single corner.
Let's see what Caleb's got on this exit here. We've seen it a time or two. Steve Tucker blocks to the inside. Caleb going to give him a tidy little bit of a bump there, and that's going to hurt him on corner exits. Not going to be able to get alongside him like you would wish down this stretch.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Look at your battle. This is for P14 overall. Let's take a look at this interval. It's going to be going up and down quite a bit here tonight. As Steve Tucker going into his corners, Caleb Ulrich Mao starts to blink a little bit.
I will say that I saw Caleb doing a move there to try to trick Tucker into going to a specific part of the track, and he did. Steve Tucker just constantly slamming the door on him, Blake. I told you. You said he wouldn't be driving. He wouldn't do much blocking or defending, but I told you he would.
You know, I mean, again, I haven't really seen any like crazy defensive moves. He's just holding his line really, and he's doing a great job at it. But these guys, I mean, we still got a long way to go here. We're not even halfway done, and they're going to have to pit too, so that's going to spice things up for sure.
Yeah, definitely so. Especially the pit cycle is going to come right after the 30-minute marker.
But looking around the track, I mean, this is still really the best battle on the entire track, and it's for the race lead. So really no reason to leave right here. I hate to stay on two guys the entire race, but if they're going to keep battling like this, there's nothing else we can do.
No, we gotta stay right here, tuned in, locked in on HMS Motorsport TV. Caleb Lucas to the inside. Steve has to defend. Does that set him up for exit? It should for Caleb.
Oh, here we go. He's going to set up the exit here. Can he get underneath? Tucker looks to do it. Not quite enough. As Tucker leaves him plenty of room there.
I wouldn't use the word plenty, but there was room.
Well, I mean, for how wide this track is, there definitely isn't. They're coming up on some faster traffic coming up behind them.
That's right. That's going to be interesting with these cars trying to battle. Having to go all the way to the outside. Caleb's going to get, the worst end of this deal here.
Oh, look out, look out. Oh, no!
And they wreck in front of him. Oh. Steve involved. Caleb is able to drive away. Steve is going to be held up by the faster traffic. Who was that? Julian Padilla involved.
Yeah, I mean, hate to bash anybody, but that seemed like a lack of talent move there from these GTP cars. Let's take a look. Oh, they just turned in on each other. And Steve Tucker, heavy damage. Yeah, he's toast. Who was that coming in? I mean, this is Padilla right here, but whoever it was behind him just kind of junked him.
Gonna have to see if I can catch the number on it. 81.
That is Braden Carlson. Just honestly, he just junked him. Braden Carlson, let's take a look one more time. Here it is. We're on board. Braden Carlson goes down. I mean, what's he doing here? You have no chance. That's a 0% maneuver there, and he got what he deserved there. Junk.
Connor Gerard said it right in the chat. That ruined a good. I'm not going to say good. That ruined a great battle.
Really the only battle on the track. Courtesy of Braden Carlson. It's over, folks. So here's Braden Carlson out there with the number 81 machine. He's going to probably head down pit road here shortly if you hadn't already.
My, oh my, what? Oh, devastating there.
Boy, we were watching a great battle there for a long time. We knew it wasn't going to last forever, but we were hoping it would. But Casey Cotola now out front, 4.6 seconds in the LMP2s. Christian, we're about halfway done almost. Pit cycles are starting up. Let's take a quick break. We're going to thank some sponsors, play some tunes. Don't you go anywhere, folks. We're going HMS TV side by side. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
We are back here at Circuit of the Americas. You're watching Julian Padilla right now in the 5th position in the GTP class as everybody starts to pit here. Christian, what have you noticed here during our break?
Well, I see that Caden Parks Miller has went into the pits to serve a black flag. It looks like Tyler Mantle pits now, but he was off the track for a good bit before he pitted. Caden Parks Miller serves that black flag, gets back to racing. If he had a chance to catch up, now it is gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to go back to his pit entry, but the log's not committing, or I'm sorry, not helping out. So my guess is he probably sped down pit road since he got the black flag as he pit.
Watching Christopher Tam clear now, 2.5 seconds over Jimmy Carroll
Actually, real quick,
for your
Christian,
race lead.
Caden Parker Miller was involved in an incident, I believe, probably before he pit. So let's take a look.
A rare mistake.
There you have it. I think he spun it out. Then he went down pit road just to get the tires changed, and he must have sped. So there you have it. Christopher Damclear out front in the GTPs. Casey Cotola, LMP2, still Lalonde in the GTD Pros, and Caleb Ulrey-Mao takes over that GTD lead after Steve Tucker got jumped.
Caden Parks Miller must have a drive through to serve because he still has that black posted, Blake.
Uh-oh. Bad news there for the number, whatever he is. I don't know. He's in a Mercedes is all I know in the GTD Pro class. Caden Parks Miller out of Drive, Trainer Motorsports. Boy, that's what happens, Christian. Whenever you start in the pits and have to start in the rear, I mean, you just have to drive a perfect race, and it opens up the possibility for mistakes. How about this guy, though, Christian?
Definitely the case.
What have you been seeing out of this guy? I know he's got some fans in the chat.
He is very popular in the chat tonight. Jeffrey Davis running second in your GTD Pro class. Running right where he qualified. Hasn't went up, hasn't went down. Chasing down Alex Lalonde, who is just on a different level here tonight. 24 and a bit seconds behind the class leader there.
You know, Christian, Jeffrey Davis doing a great job here tonight, but you use the term that he's running down Alex Lalonde. Let's be honest, Christian. He's 25 seconds back. He is doing no such thing.
No, he's actually almost an entire second slower each lap.
Yeah, you know, honestly, Alex Lalonde, we got to give him kudos. He is bad fast here tonight. He's just a man on a mission. He's kind of like an alien here at COTA.
I feel like that's kind of the way COTA is. You're either terrible at COTA, moderately decent, or just a god of it. There's nobody that's good at COTA.
I agree, Christian. It's like me when I get out there, you know, I'm just way better than everybody.
Like, I've watched you start a race at COTA before and not even turn in turn one, hit the end, and then quit.
Christian, that turn one is pretty sneaky. I mean, and you think you can outbrake those guys in front of you. Sometimes you overshoot it just a little bit, and then you just dive bomb the field.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of excuses from the Blake camp there.
We got some guys down pit road. Looks like Braden Carlson going to get some tires, and Julian Padilla as well.
I forgot to put the pit wall up tonight. Looks like.
Yeah, looks like
Interesting
there's no
enough.
pit wall, so these guys are on their own. If you're down in the pits, watch out.
There's no pit wall. There's no crew. You just got to come in, stop, and hope your guys are there.
I tell you, Jeffrey Davis has the most diehard fans I've ever seen in my life, Christian. I think I've seen good job, Jeffrey, let's go, Jeffrey, more than I've ever seen anything in the chat. So I want to give a big kudos to this guy right here, Jeffrey Davis, driving here tonight, putting it all on the line, running in the top two here in the GTD Pros.
Anytime you put the camera on him, the entire place goes electric. The crowd chanting Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Christian,
Oh, man.
$1.99
Oh, no.
super chat just came in, and we are rubbing salt in the wound to Steve Tucker. That's Daryl Young, $1.99 super chat. He says, Steve Tucker just sucks. That's uncalled for, Daryl.
Daryl, wait, you mean the Daryl, the richest guy on YouTube, Daryl?
Yeah, Daryl Young, I mean, this guy's so rich. He's just throwing out super chats like it's nothing. I've never seen anything like it, Christian. This guy's got some serious money.
And also the same one who's actually buddies with Steve, and he's just, oh my goodness.
I wouldn't use the term buddies, Christian. I think they are mortal rivals. Oops, ignore that.
My oh my.
Well, let's take a look here in
Windows
the
sound.
chat, Christian. You know, I mean, is he available? You know what? No, I'm not seeing Steve Tucker anywhere. Are you?
Oh, there is.
No, he's not in
Not
the
there.
chat. Probably a good thing, folks. We probably would have regretted pulling him in after that incident. But let's take a look at Richard Danielewski here in the second position in the LMP2 class. Odyssey Motorsports TV in the chat. Not too familiar with that. But appreciate you tuning in here. We got Jeffrey Davis's fan club in the chat. We got all kinds of fans tuning in. Roy Paelski, Connor Gerard, of course. I mean, it wouldn't be a Hutchinson Motorsports TV broadcast without Connor Gerard, the GOAT. And others.
Gerard. Connor Gerard has an important job Friday, right, Blake?
Absolutely. Friday night it looks like Alex Lalani, I believe he went down pit road here this last lap, so he gave up the race lead. So right now Michael Hickman is your race leader in the GTD Pros. But back to Connor Gerard, you know, this Friday we have our Harpoon Design 500 event, folks. Again, over $150 of prizes on the line. Connor Gerard is going to be throwing the fan caution between laps 120 and 160, I believe, is what we told him. So he can throw the caution at any time between the 40-lap section of the race.
Connor Gerard going to be pressing the button, yelling, put it out during that race, but not going to put it out during this race as our race leader comes into pit road to serve his one and done stop here tonight. Hopefully without any trouble. I believe he's had a speeding penalty last week. Still came back and won it either way, right, Blake?
Absolutely no black this time, but Jimmy Carroll takes over the race lead. He's probably going to head down pit road this next time around as Christopher Damclear continues his service. Meanwhile, Casey Catola's still out front in the LMP2s. You know, Christian, one thing I've noticed, these LMP2 guys, they seem to all pit on the exact same lap every single week. So I'm not sure how that strategy works for that class specifically, but pay attention here because once one of them comes in, they all come in. And Skull Vikings, which is Daryl Young, again with another $2 super chat. I told you this guy's rich. He says, Tucker loses tonight, New England loses next week. And if you didn't know, folks, Steve Tucker is a diehard New England Patriots fan.
That's right there. As Casey Catola comes down pit road, want to give an apology about the camera pack tonight.
It sucks.
Supposed to be good.
Believe it or not,
Paid good money for it, but
this is the iRacing default camera pack. Believe it or not, folks, this is the worst camera pack I've ever seen in my life. But here comes Richard Danielewski. He's down pit road. Like I said, all the LMP2 guys pit the same lap every week. No strategy
Steve Tucker
involved.
says, watch what happened to him just now. But do you have a log in the chat for him?
Let me take a look here as we look through.
Oh, he's got a meatball.
Steve Tucker's junk. Here it is, folks. Daryl Young, you're going to love this. Get ready.
Uh-oh. GT3 car in front. Is that the class leader, Alex Lalonde. Oh,
Well done, Steve.
Steve Tucker locks it down. He's got a meatball. That wasn't
just
meatball
get ready.
etiquette.
Get ready here, folks. Something's about to happen.
Bends it in. I don't know.
How does he have a
was after
meatball,
this.
folks? I don't know. We can't stay here all night. I don't see another... That's the only thing I see on Steve Tucker, so there's no telling how he got that meatball. I'm going to be honest.
Let's watch around this last turn. Here comes a hard left-hander. I don't know. We're probably going to have to...
No telling, folks. I don't know. We can't watch him run around here for 10 laps, but let's jump back out front in your GTD Pro class, Alex Lalonde. Boy, Christian, he's barely leading this thing. Take a look.
There, yeah, honestly, Michael Hickman is on his back bumper.
Yeah, Michael Hickman really reeling him in, like you mentioned earlier. Only about 27 seconds back. I think he's got plenty of time to get him.
Okay, I got confirmation that Steve Tucker just sent it into turn 1 to say he's done for tonight. He made sure that car was done for tonight.
So he intentionally parked it, basically, is what happened. And I think Daryl Young Jr. might have had something to do with that, rubbing salt in the wound, frustrating Steve Tucker. So Steve Tucker floors it, holds down the throttle, and just smokes the wall and calls it quits.
Every man has his breaking point.
Daryl Young, thanks for nothing. Except those $2 super chats, Daryl. You are rich.
Michael Hickman in the pits, maybe? Jeffrey Davis was catching him in a hurry, unless scoring's just not... Yeah, scoring's all
all over
right
right
now.
now. Everybody pitting. Who knows what's going on?
Oh, no. Jeffrey Davis has a black flag. The fans are going to be
Oh, my. Okay, hang on.
distraught.
Christian. Daryl Young Jr. says, Tucker says, get out of the way, loser. I'm trying to wreck. $2 super chat, Daryl Young. Man, I tell you what, hopefully Steve Tucker's not still tuned in, because that poor man is probably not feeling very good.
Man, Jeffrey's fan base is going to be gutted when they realize that he has the black flag.
That is unfortunate. Christian, what do you think? Probably speeding on pit road?
I don't have anything to tell me what it is, but he's on the track, which tells me he might have to serve a drive-through.
Do you know? All I know is his pit lap is lap 17. I have no clue what lap they're on. So, nonetheless, we know Jeffrey Davis has to serve a black flag. So that's unfortunate. Not a good night here, Christian, for Drive Trainer Motorsport.
Definitely not. Hopefully, our screen indicator is wrong there, but it usually isn't. With 20
it's
minutes
never wrong.
left to go tonight.
Never wrong on the black. So, unfortunately, he's toast. Sean Akins has, I think, called it a night here, Christian. Not sure what happened to that 32 car. He's done.
Making the LMP2 class slim pickings there.
Look at this. This is a battle for the race lead. Jimmy Carroll trying to hold off Christopher Damclear. We got another good battle for a class lead. Let's take a look.
Christopher Damclear is dangerous in the closing laps here. 20 minutes left to go. This is where Christopher Damclear is going to have to strike and cannot let Jimmy drive away from him there. Was much faster last time around, I might add. Of course, I believe he caught him right out of pit road.
Yeah, and the
Maybe.
lap traffic, I don't think, helped Jimmy Carroll at all. And, I'm seeing a black flag for Jimmy Carroll now. Where are all these black flags coming from, Christian? I know there's a limit of incidents where you can get a black flag, but I don't know where he would have got that incident amount.
Oh, there's a car sideways up here in front of the race leaders.
Oh.
Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, they do not
Trade
make any
gears.
contact. We're all still good. But I know COTA is very tight on incident limits. You can, quickly
Yeah,
rack those numbers
I think
up.
that's what it is. Just going off track in these tight corners. Just think it adds up. You think, oh, it's just a 1X. It's no big deal. But when you do it, 10 times in a 5-lap period, that adds up pretty quick. So you're about to see Jimmy Carroll head down pit road, and that's probably what happened to Jeffrey Davis as well.
He's not going to serve it this time around. Oh wait, I got my turns all mixed up.
Well,
No, he passed pit road. He
Jeffrey
didn't serve it.
Davis, he still hasn't served his either, so maybe it's like an end of race penalty. I don't know how this works, honestly, Christian. Nobody tells us that stuff.
Oh, and a block there from Jimmy Carroll.
So we'll just take a look on how this happens. We'll watch this battle for now as Christopher Damclear looking to make a move on Jimmy Carroll for the race lead. We are in the minute 43 here shortly, so less than 20 minutes to go here at COTA.
Gonna poke to the inside, get the door slammed once more time by Jimmy Carroll here through the S's. Nose to tail, Christopher Damclear all over the back wing there. Let's see what he's got here. Going to be a hard left-hand turn into the braking zone.
Good luck seeing Christian with this
Come on, camera.
pack.
Christopher Damclear making hard turns to try to set up for exit here. He's going to have it. No, he doesn't get the jump I bet he wanted there. He's going to poke to the outside, poke to the inside to try to see if he can make Jimmy Carroll react.
Drunken
They're going to go on to the
flying
Juicy
around
Spider.
the Juicy Spider drone cam as they are battling for the overall class lead. Can Damclear find a way around Jimmy Carroll?
Jimmy Carroll trying to defend. We're down on the track level, zooming into these cars, racing for the race lead here. 43 minutes in, coming to 44 of the hour long it was. Jimmy Carroll defending to the outside there as gives Christopher Damclear the inside there. Going to go side by side almost. Not quite yet.
Right now, how about this shot? We're up high in the sky in the Harpoon design blimp as we watch this battle for the race lead. Folks, if you're looking for a paint scheme, Brantley Road, and he doesn't typically do these road paints, so I don't know, he might be able to help you out if you bug him enough. Shoot him a message, head on over harpoondesign.com, fill out the form, let him know what kind of paint you're looking for. Paint start at just $25. The #1 rated painter on tradingpaints.com as we watch this battle for the race lead.
You know, typical black flags only let you go around 3 times. I would hate to see a disqualification here tonight. And I will say that every other black on the track has gotten
Disappeared.
served. So
I don't know. Jeffrey Davis, did he serve it? Okay, yes. Well, yes, he did. He did enter pit lane. So I don't know. I think you're about to see Jimmy Carroll have to serve that black because Jeffrey Davis got his black before Carroll did.
man, got a slower GT3 car up here. Looks like it might be Parks Miller there. No, excuse me, that's Young Dilworth. Oh, Christopher Damclear making some moves there. Jimmy Carroll, if he is about to serve, is fighting really hard to keep the race lead. That won't be. Side by side down the backstretch.
Yeah, they continue to battle again. I mean, our scoring is typically never wrong with black flags. So if Carroll has to serve this black, I'm really not sure why he's racing so hard. But nonetheless, we'll see how this plays out as we only have about 14 minutes left in Motor City Racing. As Damclear pulls to the inside, he makes the pass, takes over the top spot in the GTP class.
If we could keep the camera on Jimmy for just a few more moments, he's closing into the end of the circuit. I want to see if he pits this time around, because I just want to see if he was driving that hard. Kind of a bad move there, not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see here. Does he go down pit road? My guess is yes, he will this time, but take a look.
No.
Never mind. I was wrong, so I have no clue. I guess you just have about 40 minutes to serve a black here in IMSA Racing, Christian.
That's not usually the case, as he does have a slowdown now, I believe.
No, now he's got a. So why has he got a slowdown now? I don't get it. Okay, now he's got a black. So who
yeah,
knows?
he went too far. He went too wide out there in the final section of the track. He went too wide. That's a very tight spot.
Oh, Christian.
We'll give you
Look
a
at this.
slowdown.
Ulrich
Ulrich
Mao,
Mao.
class leader in the GTDs. This guy just dive bombs him here and junks him. Well, no, he doesn't. He never touched him. Well, never mind. I have no clue. It said he wrecked. He did not. So there you have it, folks. We saw nothing. But hey, that's fine, Christian, because rumor has it we love showing off tracks here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV. You're watching Jimmy Carroll in the 3 machine, currently in the 2nd position in the GTPs.
I can't believe he hasn't pit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. In front, splitting the GT3 here. That's the battle we were just watching. Caden Parks, I keep saying Caden Parks, excuse me. Caleb Olimau and LaShawn Young Dilworth two separate classes respectively.
Yeah, well, let's take a look here. Casey Cotola dominating performance here in the LMP2 class. 8-second lead on Richard Danielewski. Not much of a battle here in this class tonight.
Casey Cotola taking another, I'm not going to say easy win, because he still had to go out there and perform for an hour, you know, without fail, without issue, but definitely doesn't have to worry about the other drivers too much.
Absolutely. He just keeps that thing straight, and he's going to take home a win. Just 12 minutes remaining here tonight with Motor City Racing IMSA's action. Not much going on, you know, really. There's only one battle on the entire track, Christian, and it's not even a real battle. Ulrich Mao is racing Jeffrey Davis, who's in another class. So there's literally no battles on the track right now.
There is not. Ulrich Mao is leading the class. I wouldn't push the issue too much unless Dennis is catching him, and timing shows that he is slightly catching him, but we have 12 minutes to go. He has 3-second lead. He's got to get around Young here.
And meanwhile, Jeffrey Davis continues to roll in the third position in the GTD Pros. And we jump up front here. Jimmy Carroll still driving around with his black flag he's had for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes.
I can't explain it, folks. Can't explain it.
I don't know. I figured I don't know. We'll just wait and see what happens. I mean, Jeffrey Davis drove around a while with his black flag, but he eventually did have to serve it. But we're looking around the track. You know what, folks? Let's take our last break of the evening. We'll be right back for the finish of this thing. You're watching Motor City Racing here at Circuit of the Americas. We're going to thank a couple sponsors and be right back. Don't you go anywhere. You're going to want to see the finish of this thing. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in a minute.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at Circuit of the Americas with Motor City Racing. Under our caution, Jimmy Carroll, Christian, he did indeed have a black flag. He never served it. Disqualified. He's off the track.
Very unfortunate because if he would have pitted, he'd have came out just behind maybe, but very close to Nate in P3. It would have passed him to regain the second spot. I mean, easily would have passed him. So
Absolutely. And,
I can't believe. I don't get it.
It makes no sense, honestly, Christian. I mean, sometimes I'll defend drivers, but not in this instance. I mean, he was guaranteed to get second place. Even if he stayed out, I mean, he had nothing for damn clear. Damn clear was gone. So, I mean, again, if you're leading, I get it if you're frustrated, you want to, like, win the race to prove a point, but you weren't even going to win the race. So, Jimmy Carroll takes a DQ he deserves. Going to finish last in the GTPs. Well done, Jimmy Carroll, as Christopher Damclear out front by 26 seconds. He could probably pit in extra time, Christian, and still win this race.
Probably so. It may be close, but daggone, man.
But we jump back here. We showed him a minute ago. Casey Cotola out front by 10 seconds in the LMP2s. Then we have Alex Lalonde. Boy, he is barely holding off Michael Hickman. Just a 41-second lead for Alex Lalonde in the GTD Pros. And then rounding out in the GTDs, Caleb Ulrich, your race leader. Boy, Dennis Daniel continues to reel him in, Christian. That one's down to about 1.5 seconds. George Ramos just subscribed to Hutchison Motorsports TV. Ladies and gentlemen, put a W in the chat for HMS TV's newest GOAT, George Ramos. Congratulations, George. What are you seeing out of this guy, though, here, Christian? We see he's reeling in Ulrich Mao. Does he have time to get him? I don't know. He's only got 6 minutes left.
Well, he's about 2 seconds faster than Caleb Ulrich, up 2 positions where he started. Caleb's going to have to drive some flawless laps here, and Caleb's been battling this whole time, and, well, unfortunately,
That's
never mind.
Well, you know, Christian, if he just buckles down, like you said, that last lap around, he was 2 seconds faster, which is crazy. I mean, if he can do that again, I don't know how he had a 2 second faster lap, but he will have time to reel him in, but he definitely can't have any more mistakes like that.
Gonna have to keep an eye on it. It's the only, I'd say, battle close on the track, but I mean, 3 seconds back now. I don't know. 6 minutes left now, coming to 5. 5 minutes left here at Circuit of the Americas.
Not much racing going on the track right now. Really, the only battle is between Ulrich Mao and Jeffrey Davis, and they're not even in the same class. So that's really all we got to watch right here.
Caleb just has been following that car for many, many, many laps. Just can't get around him, and it's held him up slightly, I'd say.
Hang on. I'm not sure if this is accurate. Did Dennis Daniel just crash? That could have been his incident from earlier.
I believe that was because he did get kind of slow, but...
Yeah, this is probably his one from earlier here, folks. I just want to make sure, see if he is done for the night. This is probably it. Yeah, that's just when he slid it. So he's still rolling, but I don't think he's got any time to reel in Ulrich Mao, as we have just 4 minutes remaining. Looks like your race leader's putting down about 2 minute lap time. So just a couple more laps left here, Christian, it looks like.
Looks like that indeed. 27-second lead now. 11-second lead in the LMP2s. 44-second lead in the GTD Pros. And then, of course, just because of what was now a 4-second lead in the GTDs.
Man.
My, oh my.
Wait, Christian, did you notice that American flag? That was probably some of the worst animation I've ever seen in my life. Looked like iRacing, you know, they wanted to make the flag like it was blowing, but it just kind of stood still. So it was halfway blowing, but it was just static in the air. Horrible.
Definitely a graphical glitch, because I know it usually looks pretty good on here, but nonetheless.
Let's see what else we got going on the track. Not too much here, as Caleb Ulrich Mao continues to race this guy a class above him. Let's see if he can make the pass, Christian.
He's been trying for so long now.
My guess is he really could, but again, he doesn't want to risk it. You know, he's basically got the win in the bag here, so he doesn't want to risk junking himself in basically a battle that doesn't matter at the end of the day. But again, I mean, honestly, there's no other battles on the track. The next closest battle is literally seconds apart. So this is all we have to take a look at. So we're going to do so, but we'll keep an eye on your overall race leader, Christopher Damclear. Christian, what do you think the chances are he might get a white flag? Because he's going to cross the line after minute 58 when these are 2-minute laps.
It's highly possible, and I hope we go on board there to keep an eye out. Shout out my dog Woody wants to be heard in the background.
And we're going to hop on board. Christopher Damclear about to go through the final corner here. So we're going to take a look at the flag stand coming up here. See if you can see that man waving the white flag as we're past minute 58.
I'm going to take a look. Going to be on the left side up here.
Oh, yes. White flag.
Yeah, white flag in the air.
So last lap around here, Christopher Damclear, final lap here at Circuit of the Americas. He's got a 30-second lead. He could probably spin this thing out a couple times and still win it.
Let's not do that, though. Let's not do that.
Hopefully not, but Casey Cotola, let's see where he's at on the track. He still hasn't taken the white flag, so he's got a bit to go. We go over to Alex Lalonde. He is right behind Casey Cotola, so still a while to go for him. And then Caleb Ulrich, he is coming to the white flag here shortly. Connor Gerard says it's been a simple race tonight. Do you agree, Christian?
I'd say so. I mean, we've only had a handful of battles. One of the best battles in the race got destroyed by, an unfortunate incident. And it was very unfortunate. SD Tucker got caught up the way he did in another car's drama destroy in a great battle that would have been for the GTD class lead with Caleb. Makes you wonder what might have been.
Absolutely, but we're back on board with your GTP and overall class leader, Christopher Damclear. This guy's been racking up the wins here this season as he's just got a handful of corners remaining before he can park that Hutchinson Motorsports TV 169 machine in victory lane.
Through the carousel, hard right-hand turn for the final time. You get to see these fans in the stands.
Well, and buildings. But it looks like Cotola and Lalonde are taking the white flag right now as Christopher Damclear goes through the final corners of the night here. And we hop on board as he takes the hard left. You're going to see the checkered flag waving in the air as he comes out of the final corner. Christopher Damclear out front wins in his GTP.
A dominating performance here tonight for Christopher Damclear. Eyes turn over to Caleb Ulrich, heading down the backstretch for the final time. He's already got the white flag.
Yeah, he's coming to the checkered here this time. Just needs to stay out of trouble. Has a 3-second lead on Dennis Daniel, then Drew Leonard in the third position in the GTD class.
Followed LaShawn Young Dilworth almost for 30 minutes now.
I believe that was Dennis Daniel or Jeffrey Davis, sorry, in front of him.
Okay, my mistake. Followed him, though, for 30 minutes now.
Absolutely, but he's coming through the final corners of the evening here for him in that number 37 machine. I believe it's a McLaren. Yes, Caleb Ulrich in the number 37 McLaren, about to take home the checkered flag in the GTD class. There it is, checkered flag in the air. Ulrich wins.
Here comes Casey Cotola. His turn to come around the long, sweeping right-hand carousel.
As always, folks, we appreciate you tuning in as Casey Cotola looks to take home the checkered flag. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. After this race ends, we're going to do some driver interviews, and you're not going to want to miss that. So appreciate you tuning in as Casey Cotola heads through the final left-hander on the circuit.
This is your final class leader. Checker flag in the air. This race is official. Casey Cotola. I lied. Here comes Alex Lalonde. This race is official. Like I said.
There you
My
have
mistake
it,
there, folks.
So we got Damclear, Cotola, Lalonde, and Ulrich, your class leaders. We're going to take a quick break, round up our winners, and get some interviews going, folks. Don't you go anywhere. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back here for the post-race show. And we're back here at Circuit of the Americas. I think we got some of our winners ready for some interviews. Christian, what do we got?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the Motor City Racing League here at Circuit of the Americas, we have your GTD class winner here with us in the booth. This is Blake and Christian. Do you have a copy on us, Caleb?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going well. So we got to talk about the battle that was with Steve Tucker there earlier in this race. I mean, man, oh man, y'all were, switching positions, nose to tail. You almost went around and had the craziest save. You were completely sideways in the track, able to save it around. And then it was unfortunately ruined by two GTP cars that you were able to, honestly, another miracle, get around that one without getting into it. Walk us through that battle and then the rest of the race.
Yeah, I think we were running about the same pace, and it's just back and forth, just trying to get past him, defending like crazy. It was a really good battle. But that incident where I went sideways in the S's, I thought it was over for me there.
Yeah, great race for you, Caleb. As we pull up our top three, Dennis Daniel bringing in the second position, then Drew Leonard in third. But you were out front the whole night long, and it looked like there for a while you were battling with one of the GTD Pro guys. What was the goal there? Were you trying to get around him, or you just kind of wanted to, stay by him?
I was just going for overall position, to be honest. But I didn't realize at the time that he was not in GTD. So,
well, hey, so what you're saying is you didn't even know you were in the lead at the time.
I didn't know I won the race until you dragged me in here.
Well, hey, again, congratulations. A great run for you, parking in victory lane again here in the GTD class. I guess before we head out, got any shout-outs or anything for our fans watching at home here?
Everyone in MCR, Marco for suggesting this track, I think it was, even though he's not here to enjoy it with us. And you guys.
Hey, we appreciate that, keeping it short and sweet. Again, a great run for you here, parking it in victory lane at Circuit of the Americas with Motor City Racing. Congratulations, Caleb Alrimau, your GTD class winner.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All righty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the GTD Pro class. Your class winner is going to be Alex Lalande. This is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
I do, gentlemen.
Welcome in. Just a dominating performance in class there. Impressive lead. Walk us through that 40-second gap.
I've had a rough season here, guys. I was looking at the results lately, and out of 6 races, I have converted to 2 podiums, which is really a shame. So I needed to have a good one here. It was too bad there was no Miguel to spice things up, but if I'm gonna limp into this championship, hopefully next week, I gotta at least have a couple statement races mixed in there. So I was just trying to send it every lap and see what I could do there.
Yeah, Alex, a dominating performance. You mentioned you only had 2 podiums this season. It seems like it's been checkers or wreckers for you most of the year, but thankfully it worked out for you, parking it in victory lane here at COTA. I mean, you kind of already walked through everything. You had a 40-second gap. That's probably the biggest gap of the season, I would assume. But I assume you have a lot of laps here at COTA. Is that right?
No, I bought it this week.
Wow.
I just Yeah, I got a little lucky. I think I found some magic with the setup that maybe some other guys didn't because, officials haven't really ran here in a while, so everyone was kind of on their own for setups, and I think I maybe just found magic with that, and it clicked. So, yeah, I don't have much more today. That was not expected going into it, but certainly appreciated on my end to finally put one together, start to finish, no issues.
Absolutely. I mean, this had to be your best race of the season. Has to feel good heading into the finale here in a couple of weeks, as we're off next weekend for some reason. But how you feeling about the finale? I believe we are going where is it next week?
Road Atlanta, I believe.
Oh, okay, that's right. Road Atlanta. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling good. I think I basically just need to finish the race in any position. A little bit of luck with Miguel missing a couple races to really throw the championship towards me, and I got to have a good bounce back at Road Atlanta because the last time we raced there, I wrecked out of the lead. So again, on theme, checkers or wreckers. So we'll see if I can piece it together next week.
Absolutely. Well, hey, again, congratulations parking it in Victory Lane here at Circuit of the Americas. Before we head out, though, Alex, we got any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out the wonderful league. Shout out Hutchinson Motorsports. You guys doing a great job, killing it here every week, bringing the people what they want to see. Shout out, everyone I run iRacing with. It's a good group. I'm thrilled to be in this league. Thrilled to be able to drive and practice and race with this wonderful group of drivers. It's always a blast.
Well, we're thrilled to have you as well. Congratulations, Alex Lalonde, parking it in Victory Lane.
Appreciate it, guys. Hope to speak with you next week.
Looking forward to
Or
it.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we continue on down the list, or should I say up the list to your LMP2 class. That LMP2 class was won by 10 seconds here tonight. Casey Cotola is in the channel with us. This is Blake and Christian. You had a copy on us?
Blake, Christian, what's up, guys?
Well, we're doing good. I apparently can't talk tonight, but you could definitely drive. Walk us through that one. And how did you feel?
Good week. Put it on pole by 0.8. Good week for pace, I guess. Never run COTA before in my life. Guess I should start running it a little bit more often.
Well, that's the case. Christian said this is probably one of his favorite tracks, so definitely looked like you had something figured out. What do you think about this place, helped you out and made you so fast?
I mean, I've driven it before on other platforms, I think, is a little bit more than other guys can say with it. I started sim racing on F1, so I've driven COTA at least on F1. It's not super comparable, at least track layout, but I at least knew what to expect. But it was glorious in the P2s. A lot of fun. Really, really, really good track with those higher downforce cars.
Well, definitely worked out for you as you take home the win by nearly 11 seconds. I mean, I assume that's going to basically wrap up the championship for you next week. I think you probably just have to show up. Is that right?
Yeah, it's as long as the attendance is there, put another star on the car and chalk it up. Yeah, just got to show up next week. I think it was 266 or something. I just looked. Yeah, 266 to next car. So, yeah, literally just showing up. Don't even have to churn a single lap. It's it's a good spot to be with one round left.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I guess we'll wait till next week for the congratulations, but a great season for you parking in Victory Lane here at Circuit of the Americas. Before you head out, though, let us know any shout-outs you got for the fans.
Yeah, usual shout-out to you guys up in the booth, making Sunday night so great. Whole crew over at MCR. Yeah, usuals. Make everything happen around here, but yeah, really good season, really good race. Really enjoyed it. Hoped it was good for you guys up in the booth, too.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Casey Cotola wins it here at Circuit of the Americas with Motor City Racing in his LMP2.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to your race winner here tonight. He won his class by 31.462 seconds here at Circuit of the Americas. It's going to be Christopher Damclear. This is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us, Christopher?
Yeah, man. How you guys doing?
doing great here tonight. Kind of like you're driving out there, putting on a great show. Unfortunately, you're having a great battle with Julian Padilla, who just refused to serve his black. Not sure what happened there, but walk
Jimmy
us through
Carroll.
your race. Jimmy Carroll,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep, it was Jimmy. I'm not sure what was going on with that. I saw him get DQ'd, but that was a good race. We got a bunch of extra fuel in the car this week, and got curious, wanted to try to pit early. It did not work. Came out of the pits a couple seconds behind, so caught up and had a nice little fight there, and yeah, got the victory. So good night.
Yeah, Chris, it's good to see you. Normally you're out there, you're showing off your fuel-saving methods, and this week you just kind of won it on flat-out speed. I mean, the unfortunate DQ for Jimmy, but I mean, the thing is, you ended up passing him before that happened, so you definitely had the speed here at COTA tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he took tires. I think that kind of hurt him a bit. It's my guess, at least. But yeah, it was a fun one. COTA's tough. I don't know if you guys have driven here much, but it is a hard track.
I'm an expert here.
I knew you
please.
would be. Knew you would be.
But hey, congratulations, though, Chris. You were hooked up here tonight for sure here at COTA. You led 28 laps according to our scoring, which that's kind of crazy. I'm not sure how many laps you ended up making, but 30. So you led 28 out of 30 supposedly. So again, congratulations, parking it in victory lane. Before we head out, got any shout outs for our fans?
Yeah, shout out to Sheboygan Flyers again, and as always, a shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing, do a great job, and appreciate getting to talk to you every Sunday or every few Sundays.
Well, hey, it seems like it's been about every Sunday. A great season for you so far. We look forward to you rounding it out here in a couple of weeks. How you feeling about Road Atlanta in the finale?
Super excited. That's definitely the best track on the calendar this season, and we're looking forward to it. Should be a good time.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations. That's all I got. Christian, you got any final words for our overall class winner?
Just one last congratulations, and we hope to see you up in the booth in 2 weeks.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to it.
All righty, Blake. Well, Circuit of the Americas did not fail to put on a show here in the Motor City Racing League. Another week has come and gone, and we look forward to the championship race.
Absolutely. And folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in, spending your Sunday here on tap here, looking at our schedule this week. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back with Flim Dogs Racing League. That's going to be the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. I'm going to be on the call as Christian and Jesse will be on the track. Tuesday night, we may or may not go live. We have our Stars and Stripes series. Sometimes we do delayed broadcasts. We'll just have to see if Jesse's able to go live, so stay tuned for that. Wednesday, we're going to be back. It's not on the schedule yet, but we're going to have our Jason Dalton Memorial Race at Martinsville. We're going to be in the late model stocks. And Thursday, we're back at it. We literally have 7 broadcasts in 7 days potentially here, because Thursday, we're going to have the Average Joe's Truck Series in the season finale at Vegas. And then Friday, our Harpoon Design 500 event. And Saturday, back at Redemption. So keep an eye out here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We have a lot going on this week. You're going to want to stay tuned, and you're not going to want to miss out. But as always, folks, thanks for tuning in. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button if you haven't. Drop a comment. In the booth with Christian Taylor, I'm Blake Hutchinson. Thanks again.